On a previous video, we did a first look at this brand new 5th generation Hyundai Santa Fe. If you were camping, for instance, put a mattress down here. Our H's everywhere hidden amongst this vehicle. The handle for, let's say, climbing up onto the top. USBs on both sides, 2 cup holders. This thing really is not just a looker, but it's gonna make a big splash when it hits the market for anyone looking for a crossover SUV with style, with different powertrains, and the interior, man, it is good. If you haven't watched that video, I'll leave a link below. Highly recommend you watch it. We'll do a little bit of a recap once we get in here. So without further ado, let's go for a drive. Welcome back to the all-new Santa Fe. On a previous video, we showed you all the ins and outs of one of the most dramatically different redesigns of a vehicle that I've actually ever experienced in almost 20 years of doing this. So here's a little recap if you haven't watched it, which you should, by the way. I'll leave a link in the description. So this new 5th generation Santa Fe is bigger. It's longer by about 6 inches with a longer wheelbase. It's about 1.5 inches higher. But the biggest thing is the style. It's boxy. Some have said that it's kind of like a Korean Defender. Now I can see a few resemblances there. But what's incredible also is this actually has a better drag coefficient for aerodynamics than the previous one, and you're driving a box, that's incredible how much they've done in the design of this. And so today we're going to go and drive it as we promised. But you know what? I just want to recap what it's like sitting in this interior. It is like almost like nothing else in the Hyundai lineup. Lots of premium materials. You have this like Alcantara on here. We are driving the calligraphy, by the way, that we have Napa leather seats. We have relaxation seats for the front seats here, so they can actually go back, and you do have kind of like a leg rest that comes up. Heated, ventilated, heated steering wheel, beautiful leather wrapped steering wheel. In the back, you can get 2 or 3 rows for the second row, depending on what trim you get. So this can be either a 6 or 7 passenger vehicle. And once again, we did check out that back, and it's a usable 3rd row. Remember what class of vehicle this is. It is not a large vehicle. So that's all good stuff. Ride-wise, super, super quiet in here, other than the dinging because we're going a little bit fast here in Korea. You really want to make sure that you're not speeding, and so yeah, that works really well as well. Up front, we have a very clear color head-up display, and coming from my Hyundai, which has a HUD as well, this is just, it's more clear than what I have for sure. I don't know what they've done, but everything's all improved. You have the new CCNC infotainment architecture. We told you about that when we talked about the interior, the dual 12.3-inch screens that are curved. You have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto now, which is a big plus. Also, you get 2 wireless charging, 15-watt wireless charging spots. And what's kind of cool is on the passenger side, there is a compartment you can open up, and this is available with, it has ultraviolet sanitization, so you can put your device in there and it'll clean it for you, take all those germs away. And that's the first that I've seen. We have dual sunroofs. Remember, this is a calligraphy edition, and you can even adjust the passenger seat right from the side as well. So anyways, let's get to the drive on here. 2 power plants. We have a 1.6-liter turbocharged engine, and that's matched to an 8-speed automatic transmission. That puts out 232 horsepower. And then we get to what we're driving today, which is the 2.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, and that's 277 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque. And the best thing, I really think they match it really well. It comes with that 8-speed dual clutch transmission. Normally, I'm not a big fan of dual clutch transmissions on just everyday driving cars, but this one's tuned really nice. It's not really jarring, even at low speeds. When you're maneuvering it, it doesn't really feel like a dual clutch yet. It has some great response and nice crisp shifts. Now, the power is going through all 4 wheels. In Canada, standard all-wheel drive. In the US, you will have an option for all-wheel drive, or you can go just front-wheel drive. So make sure to check with your local Hyundai website what's available in your area. So we've had quite a bit of seat time in this new crossover slash SUV. We have driven all the way from the capital of Seoul in Korea all the way to the southern tip and experienced all sorts of different road conditions. Right now we are we're way out of the city right now, and the roads are fairly bumpy. But what I've noticed, even driving on some groove pavements, it's really quiet in here. It's so quiet. You're well isolated from everything in here, even though you have a lot of glass. By the way, the sight lines are excellent in here, especially even when you're sitting in the second row. You just kind of ride up, kind of like a stadium seating, and you have a great command of that road. You can just sit back and relax. Let's feel some power. Really, really good pickup. As I mentioned, this transmission and this turbo 2.5 liter, they match up so well. So speaking of power plants, there are some different power plants available in different markets. For instance, there is a PHEV version, but not available in Canada. Hopefully, maybe one day they'll expand it, who knows? Let's cross our fingers for that. They have done such a great job on the noise and the vibration, the harshness with this new Santa Fe. And it just adds to it. It really feels like this is almost like a Genesis. It has a premium feel to the whole experience, especially how quiet it is. Overall, the drive experience, this is a much bigger vehicle. It doesn't drive like a big vehicle. Those that like to have that commanding view, once again, as I said, whether you're in the driver's seat or in the passenger seat, you ride nice and high, lots of good visibility all around you, lots of glass around you. And the fact that you can actually carry people in that standard third row is a big deal in this class of vehicle. And I think this is going to be a really, really popular vehicle, not just for families like ours, but also, if you want to go, do outdoor activities, especially with that big, huge power lift gate, which is standard. It almost acts like a roof. If you're scuba diving or you're snowboarding and you want to sit down and put your gear on, it's a nice cover. Or maybe you're sitting outside watching your kids play soccer and it's drizzling out. Anyways, what do you think of this new Hyundai Santa Fe? Are you impressed? Leave a comment below. So I want to give you my final thoughts from the back seat of the second row of the new Santa Fe. First of all, this is a great place to spend some time for sure. And this is kind of a special instance where we get to experience right now sitting in a bench seat on a calligraphy model, because in Canada, calligraphy model will only have captain seats, but they do have a nicer headrest for the captain seats, by the way, and it gives you even more of a premium experience. But back here, we have multiple drink holders, we have coat hooks, we have heated rear seats, nice sunshade, we have our own roof in the back, so this has a dual moonroof type of situation. We can access the middle console from the back as well. It has that bi-directional lift there. We have our USBs in the side, and on this calligraphy model, I can control the passenger seat right from the side controls on the seat. So really, really nice. Lots of leg room. You can really recline way far back on here. And yeah, as I mentioned, you can sit in the third row and it's actually pretty decent. So at this time, we do not have any pricing or fuel economy, but I will make sure to update those in the description once I get those. And as for price, well, if you look at the current pricing right now, a top of the line Santa Fe is going to run you 49,000 Canadian dollars. If you're in the US or another market, check with your local website there. And a Palisade, if you want to compare it to that, the big brother is going to run you about an extra $10,000 more. So what do you think it's going to be? I don't think it's going to be much more. It's going to be more because you're going to get so much more content on this new Santa Fe, but it's not going to be a crazy amount that it's going to be the same price as a Palisade for sure. But anyways, that's all we got for now. Make sure to check out our full video of the walk around and all the specs and everything of this new Santa Fe. Once again, I'll leave a link in the description. And until next time, from South Korea, ciao.